After months of campaigning and dozens of events, Election Day is here. Polls across Central Florida set to open in less than half an hour. Thousands of people set to make their decision in several key races, including the biggest of them, President of the United States.
And right now, poll workers are making final preps in what is sure to be a busy day. Our team coverage kicks off with Mark Lehman live at the Orange County Supervisor of Elections office now. So, Mark, what can voters expect?
Well, election leaders say it's best to plan for wait times, but with the majority of people voting early, many could also see a very quick and easy voting process. One thing that is for certain, though, is that this is shaping up to be a record year for voter turnout.
At this point, 536,313 have already cast their ballot.
Orange County Supervisor of Elections says it's been a record-breaking year for voter turnout, with 62% of registered voters already casting their ballots, something that could mean lower wait times when polls open this morning.
Over 247 precincts, 12 hours. It should be a pretty quiet day, steady movement in and out of the polling place on Election Day.
Statewide, 4.6 million have voted by mail and another 4.3 million have voted early. Those votes will be among the first results to come in on election night.
Florida law says that in the first half hour, we have to release the 100% of our vote by mail totals.
For anyone still holding on to a vote by mail ballot, election leaders say it should be dropped off at the Supervisor of Elections office, or it can be turned in at your precinct for a ballot to vote in person.
We'll write "canceled" on it, put it in a secure bag, and then we'll issue you a fresh new ballot so you can cast your vote.
Whether you voted early or in person, election officials say they're working to ensure everything runs smoothly.
As all election administrators pray at this time of the year, we don't care who wins or loses, just win big.
And here at the Orange County Supervisor of Elections office, things have been busy as workers are making sure everything is ready to go this morning. As a reminder, anyone voting today must do so at their assigned precinct, and polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 tonight. Live in Orange County, Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Mark. As millions of voters prepare to head to the polls, President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden spent their final day on the campaign trail, making one last plea to voters in several battleground states. Ezzy Castro continues the team coverage. It's these key states, including Florida, that could decide the whole thing.
Yes, the two candidates focused a lot on Florida the last couple of weeks, and last night it was all hands on deck. Both of them hit up key battleground states such as Michigan and Pennsylvania, as thousands are expected to head to the polls today. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden giving it their all on the eve of election night.
We're going to have another beautiful victory tomorrow.
The president holding 5 rallies and ending his night in Michigan, as he did before his 2016 victory.
It's funny, though, I kept saying we have to finish off here, that we have to do it. It's just we can be a little bit superstitious, right? But you people, you've been great. You've been great. And I think we're going to have a tremendous victory in Michigan.
I believe the message is going to be loud and clear. It's time for Donald Trump to pack his bags and go home.
Biden stopping in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a state which could make it or break it for either party.
Because you represent the backbone of this country. Hard-working families. We're asking nothing but a fair shot.
Florida will also be among the states to watch closely, as both candidates strongly urge Americans to go out and cast their ballots today. And President Trump plans to spend tonight at the White House, though supporters are expected to hold their own rallies tonight. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is expected to be in Scranton and Philadelphia today. Kirsten?
All right, Ezzy, thank you. And unfortunately, with so much volatility in this year's election, people in cities across the country are bracing for possible violence depending on the outcome. Some business owners in big cities like New York, Philadelphia, Minneapolis, and Los Angeles have boarded up as a precaution. And some of those same businesses were looted by protesters earlier this year and don't want to see a repeat.
One of my cousins actually got looted for $2 million worth of merchandise. Yeah, right when the riots happened. Going and vandalizing property, that's unfair. It's hard earned. Yeah, we're all working.
Those precautions also extend to Washington, D.C., where what's being called a non-scalable fence has been put up around the White House. Now, we've been reaching out to local authorities about this as well. They say at this point there are no signs there will be any unrest. Orlando police did tell us in a statement that violence in the city will not be tolerated, and those who seek to do otherwise will be held accountable. Chief Orlando Rolone went on to encourage everyone to practice civility and unity no matter the outcome.
Of course, the presidential race, just one item on the ballot today. Many other local offices are up for grabs, along with several proposed amendments. One of them, Amendment 2, would raise Florida's minimum wage to $15 an hour. Supporters say the increase is needed so people can make a living wage. Critics argue it will mean thousands of lost jobs involving many of the people it's designed to help.
I've seen estimates from 150,000 to 500,000 jobs in Florida. Certainly, it's going to raise prices on people like on fixed incomes.
The people say, hey, we can't live on $8.46 or whatever it is now an hour. We simply cannot live.
And that was Matt Morgan. His father, John Morgan, is the one who spearheaded Amendment 2. Other big amendments this year. Amendment 3 would drastically change Florida's elections by opening up primaries to all voters, regardless of political party affiliation. Amendment 4 would require future amendments to be approved by voters in 2 separate elections before taking effect. Amendment 6, meantime, would transfer homestead property tax discounts of some disabled veterans to their spouses after their death. If you want to read up on those amendments, look at the candidates more closely, or find your polling place, check out our online voter guide at clickorlando.com/results2020. And we're streaming local coverage tonight on clickorlando.com.